In this video we're going to see if we can bring home a decent result to get out of the rut that we are currently in. Hey guys, and welcome along to another video. If this is your first time here and you like watching all sorts of GT Sport related stuff, subscribe now and click the little bell icon so you get notified of every video I upload and you don't miss a thing. Today's video is the next video in our quest to be the best series. This series documents my journey of trying to book my ticket at the 2019 Gran Turismo World Tour. So make sure you stay tuned to the very end of the video to see how we get on and see whether we move any closer to that goal. So, intro over, let's get into it. So we are back with the final round of the second season of the Exhibition Manufacturers Series. Things have gone well so far, but we need another good result to secure our SS ranking for another season. So we've got an FT1 on pole here. We did okay in qualifying. The way things are going at the moment, it hasn't quite gone to plan, which you guys have seen in most of the races that I've done so far. But we found ourselves in 10th place. So a top 10 start, I'll take it. We were just over a second off pole. Here we are. It's going to give us a good opportunity if we can break away from the mid-pack to try and make an impact and hopefully go for a top 5 finish. But the first thing I'm going to go for is a clean race. Here at Willow Springs you just can't afford to leave the track at all, as I'm sure we've all encountered, and these two are going to encounter on the very first corner here. You can't go off the track, otherwise your race is just going to be ruined. There's certain parts of this track, we're coming up to one already, and there's one in the final corner as well, that if you go off you are just going to keep going and going and going. The desert doesn't really slow you down either, so you will find a wall eventually. Your car will be completely smashed to pieces and you'll have to come in and your race will be over. So the main thing for us over everything else is to stay on track and stay collision free. So for those who have been watching the last few races, there have been plenty of collisions which have led to pretty poor results, which has led to my slide in driver rating that we're experiencing at the moment. So the main thing for me, as I say, is to just get through this race cleanly and see where we finish. And I have, whilst I'm going to defend if someone tries to make a move on me like everybody would, I have taken on board that you guys have noticed that I have been driving a bit more aggressively recently, which has probably led to a lot of the results and incidents that have cost me so many of my DR points. So I've taken that on board. Thanks for your guys' comments. I will be reining it back slightly to revert back to the strategy that got us to A+. So this guy here is coming down the outside. I'm not going to fight it too much. I'm going to run my own race here. Like I said, I don't want contact or anything like that. I'm going to defend where I can, so I'm going to defend against this guy here in the Evo as he runs wide. I'm going to try and go back up the inside of him here. But as I say, I'm not going to sabotage my race to keep hold of a position. Taking a strategy of the bigger picture got me to A+, and we're going to adopt that again to get back there. Keep an eye on the Lambo in the rear view here as we come through the final part of the sweeper. Something's going to happen to him, I don't know, but round he goes off into the desert, never to be seen again. That is the worst place that you can go off around here at Willow Springs. He's just going to keep on going and going and going, and I guarantee you his race is now over. But we're on lap number 3 now as we come through Rabbits here, this long sweeping right-hander that is just an absolute tyre eater, especially in this car, to be honest. It eats its tyres anyway. And look up ahead, the guy in 7th there is going to run wide on the exit on the left hand side, which is going to catapult him all the way across the screen, and he's going to keep going and going just like the last guy did, straight out into the desert somewhere. So we are now up to 8th place. The Brit up in front here in the Hyundai, I believe, is on a different set of tyres. Either that or he's just struggling big time, because when he overtook us around the outside earlier, it looks as if his tyres are starting to go off. We're really catching him here, so through the sweeper I'm going to try and line him up, because I know we've got a lot of pace down the back straight here, so we're going to try and stay as close as we can to him, get on the throttle as early as possible. He's kicking up more dust here, which unsettles the car. We're going to try and make a move down into Castrol Corner. So he's going to keep the inside, which means we're going to go down the outside here. We're going to brake a little bit later than usual, because I know we were going to go around the outside, or at least try it, but he's defended it well. So it's absolutely fine. We're not going to fight it and throw our race away just for that, as I said earlier. I'm conscious there's another Brit behind us here, so I've really got to get past this guy if the opportunity arises. He's really struggling here. You can see him, he's pushing, he's wiggling all over the place. We're going to get a slight slide on ourselves here, but we're going to try and get ourselves into a position to make a move for that 7th place. Fast forwarding slightly here, if you can see the guy in 6th up ahead is going to take a trip across the desert, and he is gone. He rage quit. So we are now up to 7th. So starting lap number 6 here, we're back with the Hyundai up in front. We took a look up the inside to see if we can put him off. It looks like we put him off slightly. So we're going to get a better run out of turn number 1, which is going to give us the inside all the way around Rabbit's Ear. And with our greater grip, we're going to be able to make the move stick. So I'm really, really glad that I let him go when he overtook us around this very corner earlier on in the race, because I didn't sabotage my own race to try and hold on to that one position, and it came back to us in the end, which I'm really, really happy with. So as you can see, our tyres are starting to go off now. We're going to come in at the end of the next lap here, so we're going to go just over halfway distance. We're on a 1-stopper. Let's see how the rest of the race pans out. Here we go then, lap number 7. Thankfully this is a much easier pit entrance than the likes of Bathurst, so we're in safely. We're back out. Let's see if we get out in front of Pinkeray here. It's important that we do, because while he was on fresher tyres he was actually faster than us and really holding us up. So we're out in front of him here. We've got about a second buffer. We're on fresher rubber than him as well, or her, don't know who it is. So we should be on for a relatively solid, considering where we started in 10th place, 6th place finish. And as we come into the final lap here, we're going to stay on board for this final lap around Willow Springs Raceway. There wasn't really too much to show you, to be honest. The only change was that the Brit, who's now in 7th, overtook Pinkeray here, but the gap is steady. The gap has remained the same to the Portuguese guy up in front. So from a race standpoint, things have been relatively stable, which is what we needed considering how things have been going recently. So while I've got you, I have quit the daily races. I'm just done with them, to be honest. After this race I did a couple around the Nürburgring in Daily Race B, got absolutely smashed out of the park. My driver rating after we check on this one will drop all the way down to 40, so I'm going to do just FIA events going forward. So those are the only ones that you're going to see on the channel for the foreseeable future, and we're going to slowly make our way back up to A+ again and get back into those top lobbies. I'm determined to do so. With that result, we retain our SS ranking, and we also gain 600 driver rating points. But for now guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.